Well, for some analysis now, let's bring in Hannah Cleaver from our news desk. She's been covering the Panama Papers for us. Hannah, the British Prime Minister is obviously under pressure from these leaked papers. How much trouble could David Cameron be in? It
doesn't look very good, does it? I mean, he's supposed to be, well, he was a professional PR man. He was a spin doctor before he became a full-time politician. And he's had to make 5 statements inside of the last 4 days, all of which have kind of incrementally made him look worse and worse. So he's looking kind of shifty, if one can say that. He's made this profit from this money that his father had invested in a slightly intransparent way, and this doesn't fit with the statements that he's made over the last few years of his prime ministership about wanting to clear up these tax havens, about wanting to make corporations pay their taxes properly. And then you look at him and he's like, well, he can't even come out straight away and say, yes, this was the case, and yes, my wife and I had this money, but, you know, it was all very cool. He's been unable to come out clean out of this, I would say.
Well, David Cameron is clearly going to need all the eloquence he can muster to spin his way out of this one. How do you think it's going to affect his leadership, particularly given the Brexit referendum that's coming up in June?
Well, you've got to put it into context. He's always been and has never denied his privilege. He's always been this privileged man who's come from a very wealthy background and all the rest of it. With the Brexit, the trouble that he has is he does have Boris Johnson, the Mayor of London, breathing down his neck. Another very privileged man, one of his old buddies from university times. But it's not going to look very good. You know, if Cameron is trying to argue, one of the main arguments he's making is that the economy in the UK needs for Britain to stay in the EU. And a major part of that economy is the City of London. Also a not terribly transparent place when you're talking about paying taxes and moving money around in the international kind of, you know, tax haven world. It doesn't add to his credibility.
Not an easy time for the British Prime Minister, it must be said. Hannah Cleaver from our news desk, thank you so much.